The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. Hang murderers. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como ye. God save the Queen.
Today is Monday, the 16th of October. Today is World Food Day all around the world and here in the Bahamas. Broadcasting live here on ILTV Studios, right here in Nassau, Bahamas. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And of course, I'm a member of the local Catholic Christian community. My spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is not here, but praise the Lord, Marlon Johnson, who is commonly known as Mr. Independent Thinker, he's here with me. Marlon Johnson, welcome to Freedom March.
Good evening, Mr. Monker, and good evening to your listening audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are a number of things on my mind. In the course of the show, I shall continue to pursue the investigation into an illegal immigrant who now sits in the Parliament of the Bahamas, Frankie Alfred Campbell. He is the Member of Parliament for Sutton Shores, and of course, he is currently the Minister of Transport. So today, I have approached the Registrar General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to certify the Honorable Franklin Alfred Campbell's affidavit of birth, and I've also petitioned the Assistant Registrar General of the Bahamas, Mr. Simon Roll, to certify the birth certificate of Mr. Campbell's four siblings. I shall also tell you a number of interesting things involving the minister and how corrupt the Free National Movement government is. It is very important that we pursue this objective. And then, of course, I shall tell you how many citizens gathered at Windsor Park on Saturday, the 14th of October. There we marched, motorcade, and demonstrated through the inner city of Angliston. Over the weekend, we had a number of our Negro citizens murdered, and a Negro male on the island of Grand Bahama who was acquitted of the murder of a retired police. Well, he was found with a bullet hole in his head. So there are exciting things taking place here on the island. Then I shall tell you something about the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and I have the question. The new acting Commissioner of Police, Anthony Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson hails from the settlement of Forest Exuma, where my late mother was born. He's also a distant relative of mine, but by grab, he did not provide us with police protection as we marched through the streets of New Providence. What the heck is Marvin Dames doing? I'll be right back, where I'm going to curse them all out.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My special guest today is Mr. Marlon Johnson. Mr. Johnson have hosted a number of talk shows. And of course, on his talk show, he is known as Mr. Independent. Mr. Johnson, once again, welcome to Freedom March.
Good evening, Senator Monker, and especially and your listening audience.
Well, I thank you. Folks, before I begin to chat with Mr. Johnson, who's here on a very, very special occasion, or should I say for a very special event, I'd like to take us to the state of Florida, where a very sad incident took place upon one of the U.S. cruise ship, in which an 8-year-old Negro child lost her life. And for those of you who would have seen the newspaper or would have heard the news, well, 8-year-old Zion Smith, apparently, as Negroes here on the island attempt to explain to me, there was some incident involving an elevator aboard one of the Carnival cruise. And this cruise, this Carnival Cruise Line ship, apparently was at the port of Miami, where some pushing and shoving appeared to have occurred based on what the Negroes here in Nassau have been telling me. And in that thrust and push, she somehow ended up falling 50 feet to her death. And it is a very, very sad situation. And I'd like to take this opportunity to extend our condolences to her mother, Monique Michelle Smith. And I just want to say to our local citizens here in the Bahamas that we have to learn that when we are taking our children on cruise liners or on the mail boat, we seem sometimes to give them lots of freedom. I don't think in this case that is what contributed to this incident, but I want to say that we have to learn to hold our children hands and to make sure that we do everything in our power to protect them. So it's a very sad situation, and U.S. investigators are conducting an investigation. So once again, sympathy to the family. Marlon Johnson, who's my special guest, he's here because there is a developing crisis taking place on the island of Long Island. And up to the last time I checked, there appears not to have been a resolution to the problem. Apparently, during Hurricane Irma, a barge which was being towed with approximately 38,000 gallons of diesel either broke away from a tug boat or someone cut the chain from the tugboat because of the hurricane, and it appears that that boat, or should I say that barge, drifted for approximately 3 weeks, ending up in Long Island, where the local Negroes Authority has alleged that approximately 50 gallons of the diesel has spilled. Now, Marlon Johnson here is a captain. Am I correct, Mr. Johnson? Yeah. He also operates a barge.
But I have a few barges.
And do you have any tugboats?
Yes, sir. I have 3 tugs and 5 barges.
And of course, tell us what you understand took place in Long Island.
Well, It appears that as a result of the pictures what was sent to me, when they discovered this barge in Grays, Long Island.
Grays, Long Island,
Grays,
yes.
Long Island is along the rock. It appears that the tugboat, because no tug is in sight, those type of barges are pull barges. They have to be towed. They have to be maneuvered by a tugboat or a other ship. They cannot move by themselves. They're not designed to operate by themselves. They have to be maneuvered by powered by another boat. And no tug is in sight. So apparently that barge was either broken away from the tug that was pulling it, or they had to cut it loose as a result of the weather that they may have caught themselves in when the passage of Irma. And it's alleged that during Irma is the time when this incident happened with this tug. And it's also alleged that the owners of the barge were looking for the barge some 7 days with some reconnaissance flights, or some planes looking for it for 7 days after the hurricane, and they apparently never get to locate the barge. The barge was drifting for weeks on the open sea. And the last place it landed was in Grays, Long Island on Saturday. Sometime on Saturday, it was spotted on Saturday against the rock down in Grays.
Now, what is your understanding as to what the Negro authorities are doing to prevent an environmental disaster?
Well, right now...
or what do you suggest that they ought to have?
Well, I can tell you what they're doing first. Right now, they have the environmental team is down there. They have a cleanup crew, a fuel spill cleanup crew by a company called BHM. You have Mr. Anthony Ryan, who's from Environmental Health. He's down on the ground from yesterday morning. From Sunday morning, he's down there on the ground. You have Environmental Health is represented. Customs is down there. The police is down there, and the port has one of the deputy controllers or assistant controller now is down inside Long Island. So they're trying to assess the situation and maybe make the call would need to happen in order to.
What call needs to happen?
The barge need to be. Based on the last information I received from Mr. Cartwright inside Long Island, is that the barge now is resting on the ground against the rock. So it needs to...
in the sea?
In the sea. Okay. But the water isn't deep enough to cover the whole barge. The water is shallow enough where when tide comes up, it doesn't cover the barge, which is a blessing. Because if the water was severely deep where the barge is laying now, then you'll have some problem with the fuel that is resting on the deck. So based on the information I received, is that the fuel is secured, is properly secured.
How is that possible for the fuel to be properly secure, yet has leaked 50 gallons of diesel?
Well, 50 gallons of diesel was leaked. Well, it's alleged leaked in the water. What had happened maybe is that one of the containers, because they're in different containers, they're in like 300-gallon containers each. So maybe one of them may have compromised, or as a result of the list of the barge. If you look at the photo, it shows the barge leaning heavily to the port. And as a result, if the covers on the containers aren't properly secured, it will allow some of the fuel to lift to one side and escape and lean and drain in the water.
Well, isn't that dangerous for the environment?
Well, the barge is now balanced, because if the barge is resting on the ground, like how it's being reported, then it's flat now. So you wouldn't have the leaning over. But what can happen? What the danger you will have if you would have a heavy northeaster where you have a bad weather come up, then you're going to have some problem, because then water will start to splash on the deck and start to, to have the cargo on the top of the deck shift, because they have more than fuel on the boat. You have equipment, poles, wires, crane, all kind of stuff on the barge also. It's a big barge. The barge looks to me maybe about somewhere around about 100 feet wide by 300 feet long or so. maybe 400 feet long. It's a very big barge.
So you were not able to determine if the Negro authorities down there were successful.
Well,
in
I spoke to
securing.
I spoke to Mr. Anthony Ryan from the Environmental
Yes.
Health, and he appears that that everything is under control, and they has everything under control at the time I spoke with him.
And when would that have been?
That had been yesterday. He went down from yesterday morning. I spoke to him in the morning when he reached. He's waiting to leave the airport to go to the barge, and then I spoke to him again yesterday evening. And
Who's that Negro gentleman you're referring to?
Anthony Ryan. He's an environmentalist. He's very qualified.
Is he employed by the Bahamas government?
He's employed by the Bahamas government. He's employed under the Ministry of Environment. He's very qualified, very competent. He's very knowledgeable and certified. And he went down there from yesterday morning. Him and a crew from Baychem, one of the cleanup crew for oil spills in the country.
Okay, Brother Johnson, you might as well hang along for a little while.
Oh, I don't have a problem.
You're not in a rush, are you?
Oh, no, sir.
This is powerful.
Yes, sir.
Folks, there is an attempt at a controversy involving the chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Mr. Bradley Roberts, and the current Minister of Health, Dr. Dwayne Sands. As you are aware, Bradley Roberts has raised a philosophical question in which he questioned the fact that Dr. Sands, being one, the Minister of Health, and two, perhaps one of the greatest physicians in this part of the world. And Bradley wanted to know whether or not there was a conflict of interest in view of the fact that Dr. Sands is said to be conducting operation. Bradley is correct for raising a philosophical question. But I want to say to Mr. Roberts that we do have a shortage of doctors. And we have to acknowledge the fact that Dr. Dwayne Sands is perhaps one of the greatest doctors in the world. Dr. Sands isn't an ordinary Minister of Health who just push papers. In fact, his greatest contribution to the Ministry of Health is for him to, in fact, assist in performing surgery because he's good. Why have him in the hospital just signing papers when he could be in the Rand Memorial Hospital either doing open heart surgeries or cutting out some cancer or somebody's breast or going into their lungs to remove some tumor? I believe that in the case of Dr. Sands, he ought to be exempted and that he should be allowed as Minister of Health to treat the people them. I have confidence in his ability. I know what he is capable of doing. He saved the life of a very, very good friend of mine. And I am personally aware of the physical problem that that friend had experienced. And I'm satisfied that without the intervention of Dwayne Sands, that man would be dead. I asked the PLP that in the case of Dr. Dwayne Sands, let us support him in performing his expertise. I need him now to look somewhere in my chest or somewhere, and I don't want nobody to tell me that as Minister of Health, he can't look there. I don't want nobody to say that because Dwayne Sands has saved life, and I don't want dead. So I don't want to hear no nonsense. Bradley, you know, I'm with you. But in the case of this one, Dr. Dwayne Sands must be pardoned. He must be exempted. And why not have him as the man is trained? All right? You would recall the other day that my wife was not well. And praise the Lord, I ran into a doctor by the name of Dr. Kevin Moss. I hope I got the doctor name right. And Dr. Moss, with another great physician whose name is so big that I can't pronounce, in consultation with Dr. Dwayne Sands. And praise the Lord, my wife is doing very, very well. And that is because of Dr. Moss, the other doctor, in consultation with the Minister of Health. You can imagine if my wife did die, I'd have been cursing Dr. Dwayne Sands until thy kingdom come. But Dr. Moss told me confidentially of the consultation between him, the Minister of Health, who's a doctor, and the other doctor, and in collaboration with those three great physicians, Dr. Moss and the other doctor, having consulted with Dr. Dwayne Sands, who is an expert on this matter. Praise the Lord. My wife is bouncing. Isn't God good? So what is good for me must be good for everybody else. Let's put Dr. Dwayne Sands in the surgery, in the theater. Let him do heart operation. Let him do cancer removal. Let him fix prostate. Let Dr. Sands do his thing. All right? So to the PLP, even if you think he is sinning, forgive his sin and look the other way. Because by grab, I want my sweetie around for a long time. So I'm prepared to compromise and call on the cabinet to do whatever it can do to permit the Minister of Health. Listen, why go for some other person when Dwayne Sands is among the best? That is true. So we need him in the hospital, and we need him doing all the things that doctors do. And I support him. And may he return to the theater and just do surgical incursion and get the people them well. So, Bradley, let's find another F and M. Okay? In fact, what we will do, we'll go after Frankie. And let's leave Dwayne Sands, because I need him to look in my chest as I complain about Dr. Minnis. All right? Dwayne Sands, go and save the people then, because what time is it? It's the people's time. And Dwayne Sands is an expensive doctor. And while we got him for 5 years, let him do all the surgery free. Or free. It's the people's time. Dwayne, I'm with you. Oh, praise the Lord.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker, and I have in studio with me Marlon Johnson, Mr. Independent Thinker. Marlon, once again, welcome to Freedom March.
Good evening, Senator Monker.
I'm looking at the Nassau Guardian because I've returned to the topic of Dr. Dwayne Sands. Dr. Dwayne Sands is the Minister of Health and the Member of Parliament for Elizabeth Estate. He's perhaps one of the greatest surgeons in the world. That is a reality, and we should pay respect and appreciation for those citizens who poor qualified. He's the Minister of Health. And what time is it? It's the people's time. And so the chairman of the PLP rightfully raised certain ethical questions. And of course, in today's Nassau Guardian, written by Candia Dames, she has done a story, and according to the Guardians, their caption says that patients won't die over politics. Apparently, they were referring to a quotation by Dr. Dwayne Sands, the Minister of Health. I'll read a few lines because it is my intention to support the Minister of Health conducting surgeries, because here in the Bahamas, medicine is too expensive. Healthcare is too expensive. And the PLP pussyfooted and didn't radically and vigorously push through the National Health Insurance Scheme. The PLP knows that the FNM did not support national insurance. The PLP had the history. They knew the problem that Pinling experienced in 1974 as he introduced national health insurance. And the Chirindam of the FNMs who was in opposition to Pinling, today they got the FNM. They were never poor people orientated. But thank God, the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram saw Dr. Dwayne Sands. I know. Say, don't forget now, I was a beloved FNM. So I know all the secret. I know all the dirty tricks. Because I used to be in some of those meetings. And Papa loved Dwayne Sands, because Papa once described him as the great physician. And so Dwayne is doing a wonderful job. And we need him to do all the surgery if we don't have the expertise. So let's see what Sands say. He still performs surgeries free of charge. Well, what else did I expect? What time is it? It's the people's time. And so Dr. Sands will go to heaven if he continue to do God's work. What is God's work? The people ain't got no money. The people unemployed. And minister firing those who have employment. So the people need health care. I had to wake up Dwayne Sands, must be about 5:30 one morning, to tell him that me and my wife and about 2 or 3 Negro women was standing up in the yard at the Fleming Street Clinic, and nobody would let us in. And by the time I got the attention of the security officer, he said he can't let us in because they ain't cleaned up the place yet. I want Dwayne Sands to change that. Before everybody knock off, they'll mop and clean, so that the following morning you don't have to do that. So Dwayne Sands say he's doing surgery free. Do you know how many people are on a waiting list? We should have Sands doing 3 and 4 surgery a day and just fly him between Grand Bahama and Nassau. All right? Because Sands owe the people this. After all, he's one of our champions. And the people need health care. Grand Bahama's catching hell. So let's see what Sands say, because I think this is important. What do you say? Firing back at Progressive Liberal Party Chairman Bradley Roberts. Do I have this right? This paper, let me try this again, because Candia Dames designed the newspaper so bad, see? Candia Dames with a poison pen, okay? So let me try it again. Firing back at Progressive Liberal Party PLP Chairman Bradley Roberts' claim that he is in violation of the Code of Ethics for Cabinet Ministers, Minister of Health Dr. Dwayne Sands said yesterday he still performs surgeries at Rand Memorial Hospital in Freeport for free, and with the Prime Minister's blessing, due to the difficulty in recruiting another cardiothoracic surgeon to the Bahamas. I continue to volunteer in the Public Hospitals Authority doing public cases, particularly dialysis, access, and vascular cases. And I don't have any issue with it, Sans said. I do with the permission of the Prime Minister. I do with the permission of the Public Hospital Authority. That's what Dwayne Sans said. And I think it is a wonderful thing because there are too many people waiting on long lists. All right? Let Sans find somebody to write up them paper and let him put on his hospital garment and go and do surgery. I think it's good. All right? So Bradley, man, give him a break, man. Okay? See, my wife is just sick. And I know that there was a, between Dr. Sans, Dr. Moss, and another surgeon in Namau, my wife is doing much, much better. Much, much better. That after they told me how good she's doing, I've told my wife I'm hiding her. I'm going to hide her from her family. I'm going to hide her from some of them church people because my wife needs to rest. Because when she is dead, the church people will go to their family. And her family will go to their family. And I will be lonely. Who will love me? Who will put up with me? Huh? So I want everybody to stay far. And I don't care who don't like it. Understand it in a good way. I had that woman for over 40 years. The woman belonged to me. You know what it's to have a whole woman for 40 years? Put up with me. Huh? Take good care of me. So I want people to understand and respect that. All right? I got good news from the doctor today. After 3 doctors, my doctor, Dwayne Sans, the Minister of Health, Dr. Kevin Moss, and another good doctor who got a big, big name. All right? So Bradley, do this one for me, man. Okay? Because the woman looks so good. All right? She looked good. She feel good. The doctor tell me good things. All right? So leave Dwayne Sans alone. All right? And whatever sins, politically, we can forgive him. And if we can't forgive him, let's look the other way, okay?
Yeah.
What do you think about the controversy?
Man, listen, you right on talk. Listen, the contribution that Dr. Honorable Dr. Dwayne Sans is giving the Bahamian people is priceless.
Yeah.
It's priceless, yeah? And right now, Mr. Monka, I ain't ashamed to say I need an operation myself right now.
Really?
As we speak live. I need an operation.
Who you would like to do your operation?
Dr. Dwayne Sans, my brother.
Okay.
If I could get him to do it, listen, now.
Dr. Sans.
I need an operation.
This was the independent thinker.
Yeah.
He's a DNA.
Yeah.
And since they lost, he's been shouting F&M. Okay? So see what you can do for him. And I'm prepared to help you because I used to be an attendant at Sandlands Rehabilitation Center. So if you tell me bring the towel, I could bring the towel.
Yeah, but I think the PLP. I mean, the PLP should. I mean, there are plenty of other issues that they can deal with, but this one, but you can't support them with that. I mean, Dr. Dwayne Sans is doing great work. I think the Bahamian people win in this one. I think the work what he's doing is priceless. I think the Bahamian people should appreciate and support.
But notwithstanding
every effort to make sure that Dr. Dwayne Sans continue on the path that he's on.
But Bradley Roberts is correct that he should get the proper faving.
Yeah, but Mr. Monka,
my point?
But see what I mean, you're right 100%, but then I mean they bend the rules when they're ready. I mean, the rules are bent. Listen, let me give you a true case.
This is the people's government.
This is the people's government.
And
but
the people do it lawfully.
Under the PLP, Mr. Monka, a Bahamian was extradited to the United States in the name of Samuel 90 Knowles. He had a right to the appeal in the Constitution.
Why are we talking health now?
No, I'm trying to show you where when they're ready, extradition was signed. while he had an appeal pending to the Privy Council when the Constitution of this country, the supreme law of this country,
But-
afford him that right.
Yeah.
But he was still extradited under the PLB.
Yes,
but what I'm trying to show you, they bend the rules when they're ready.
Yeah, but don't muddy
it, okay.
the issue. All right, let's stay focused because we need Dwayne Sands in. We need him helping, right? And this is look. If y'all got a heart problem, this is the time to catch him.
Get you.
While he's the Minister of Health.
Yes.
All right? This is the time to catch him. So, Bradley, philosophically, you are correct. But, you know, I saw Dwayne in a vision in 2010. I was cursing him out at the Elizabeth Estate by-election debate. And then, as I was calling him to ghost, I saw myself on his table, and he had a big knife. And I said, goodness me, I hope this man don't get mad after all them dirty things I said about him. So leave Dwayne Sands alone and let him continue to help God's people. For this one, I'm going to look elsewhere. How does it sound?
That's perfect.
Give me a pound. This is powerful.
Yeah, he's a good man.
I need to tell you that on Saturday, we assemble at Windsor Park. There we process, we march, we motorcade through the streets of New Providence. I don't know what is going on, but the police, do you have the footage? Show the footage. That's the bright one now. Don't show me no night scene. The police failed to provide us with any escort. So, on Sunday, I contacted an SIB officer to complain. I said, listen, I marched through all them murderous corner where my people paraded and chanted. Some called for the execution of murderers, and the police did not provide us with any escort. I don't mind the police not providing us with any escort, but they should say to me, Brother Monker, you're on your own. Then I could ask the brothers on the blocks to do traffic control and crowd control. But there was no police. What is this? Come, Anthony, even if Marvin told you not to send any police, you are the acting commissioner of police. Plus, you are related to my ma. I never told it to you, you know. Or the Forest Exuma. You're supposed to provide me with police. You hear the people have threatened my life, and you ain't send no police. So I spoke to an SIB officer. I complained to him Sunday night. I said, listen, what's going on? He said, Monkey, you're lucky. The march you had on the 2nd of September, the officers who showed up, they were called upon by senior staff to volunteer. And them who show up were the police who volunteer to come and escort you. So apparently, no one volunteered for this Saturday. You can't run the police force like that, you know. The commissioner of police is supposed to assign officers to escort us. But if you do not have enough policemen, tell me. I can ask Joe Blackstem to come out. I can ask Ugly to come out and play police. But to have us on parade and no police escort, it is disgraceful. And so, Marvin James, I want you to see why we have the kind of problem that we have, because you, as Minister of National Security, should have said to Anthony Ferguson, you send Monkadam any escort? Now, your argument would be that he is a professional and there's no need to do that. But I shall give you a warning. This is a mediocre society. It's a bunch of Negroes who don't know what they're doing. It's a bunch of Negroes who are incompetent. There's a bunch of Negroes who allow politics to get in their job. They may have sat back and say, I don't think the PM would want us to give him any escort. And so you don't give me no escort. We can't run the police force like that. When we run the police force like that, I would then come to the conclusion that politics has entered the police force. It is like what my MP has done. What's his name? The MP for St. Barnabas.
MP St. Barnabas.
Yeah.
Is, what's his name is now?
He is a Cartwright.
Shannon Dawn.
Shenandoah Cartwright. Shenandoah, I want you to listen to me. Why would the key for Windsor Park being held by a local citizen? Why would the meter box, why would you all tell me to go to the man for the key? And then when I go, I got to hear all kind of things. And I don't want to get in no argument with these young people. I demand that the government keep an extra key for Windsor Park and keep a key for the meter. I don't want you all sending me to people who don't work for the government. It's so much talk. You know, it's too much talk. And I'm trying to avoid unnecessary conversation. So I demand that the Bahamas government go and get the key for Windsor Park and for the meter box. I'm not saying he can't have one, the private citizen, but certainly the Bahamas government should have one. They tell me I must go to one man for the key. When I get to the man for the key, the man say, you can't see the gate open? I say, yeah, but they tell me I must come to you for the key. Then I say, they must ask you for the key for the meter box. So the man gave me one lecture. So I had to put up and listen to that lecture because a weightless government decided, yeah, see us marching? No policeman. No police. Right? It's a good thing I had a big dumping truck. And I told Brother Smith, tell the driver to stop the traffic. Because I had no police. And we have to march. The next march, we'll be marching against Frankie. All right? Because I have new evidence on Frankie. And I am going to talk more about Frankie. But we're marching against crime. We're marching against victimization. We're marching against unemployment. And my God, no police escort. I don't mind the police giving me the street, but at least tell me. Say, now, Brother Monka, we have a shortage of police, or we can't find nobody to volunteer. Or Marvin don't want us to send no police. I wasn't going to talk on Anthony, because Anthony's my cousin child. Or whatever it is. And by grab, no police escort. All right? I want it to stop. I demand police protection. All right? What kind of heck this is? No police protection. Anyway, I got to put up with all kind of things with the Negro people. Now, I think it was on Friday that I said some things to Lisa Johnson. Marvin, she's the charge d'affaires of the United States government. I ran into a Negro who criticized me. He said, you were wrong. He's telling the American charge d'affaires, you're compromising sovereignty. I said, man, stop talking stupid. He said, what are you talking about? I say, in the F&M manifesto, provision is made for us to talk to the U.S. He told me I was talking stupidness. So, Marlon, you're an honest man. I'm going to turn this page, and I want you to tell me who photographed this as you see. First of all, let the people them see. This is the F&M manifesto, right? And on what page? Minister got this page numbered? I don't know. On Foreign Affairs, who is Dr. Minnis posing with?
He's posing with Charge d'Affaires.
Put the phone so the people can hear you and raise your voice.
He's posing a picture with Charge d'Affaires Lisa Johnson.
And where does Lisa Johnson work?
She worked at the American Embassy.
Good. So, if you could get this camera, right? Turn. Let's see. This photograph here. That is Dr. Minnis and the United States Charge d'Affaires, Lisa Johnson. Now, the question I ask F&M, in a political document, why would Dr. Minnis publish a photograph with him and Lisa Johnson of the United States? Why would he do this? She's not a citizen of the Bahamas. She's not involved in our politics. To the best of my knowledge, she's not an F&M. Why did Minnis do it? I know why he did it. He did it because he wanted all of us to report to the Americans. So since Minnis is my leader, I'm an FNM. And in our manifesto 2017, there's this beautiful photograph of him and Charge d'Affaires Lisa Johnson. It means as an FNM, I can tell her secrets. And today I shall tell the secrets. And for those FNMs who are upset, listen, it's in our manifesto. And what time is it? It's the people's time. What time is it? It's the people's time. And if Minnis can talk secret with Charge d'Affaires, Lisa, and he's my leader, I too. So today, Lisa Johnson, I am talking secret. Miss Lisa Johnson, in this government envelope are more documents to prove that the Honorable Franklin Alfred Campbell is not a Bahamian. Lisa, listen to me. These Negroes are mismanaging the country, Lisa, and I have to report to you because you are in the FNM manifesto with my leader, Dr. Minnis. See, that's you there. That's right here, Lisa Johnson, right? So, Miss Johnson, today I went to the Registrar General's office and I had the Registrar General certify the affidavit of birth of the Minister of Transport, well, Franklin Alfred Campbell. It's certified. Then, Miss Lisa Johnson, I also had his sibling birth certificate certified by the Assistant Registrar because the law really required them to certify it. Now, Miss Lisa, there is major fraud taking place. And Dr. Minnis is not a man who's prepared to investigate and have Frankie Alfred Campbell declare not a citizen and a member of parliament. See, Lisa, there's major fraud going on. But they didn't know that one of my specialties is doing this kind of investigation. You see, Lisa, what they did is they got a justice of the peace who was born in 1897, and he died on the 27th of January, 1986. He, Lisa, they didn't know, was sick for many, many years and didn't sign these things. He had a niece who used to do the fraudulent work. See, they know I know. And they can cost me to name her because Minnis wouldn't investigate Franklin Campbell, who's not a citizen. All Lisa Johnson, all here is fraud after fraud. But Lisa, this is a crooked country. These Negroes, Lisa, they are gangsters because the evidence is here, Lisa Johnson, and they're trying to ignore it. You see that passport what Frankie got? When you scan that, Lisa, I want you to put that Rodney Monker say everything to do with it is fraud. Miss Lisa Johnson, Dr. Minnis don't know what he's doing because by this affidavit, the man that Frankie says his daddy did not sign it. So the question I put to Frankie is, where is his deed poll? If your daddy don't sign the affidavit, you can't use his name. You have to do a deed poll. Lisa, they didn't think I know them kind of things because they think I'm stupid. But they are stupid, Lisa. Frankie does not have a deed poll. Lisa, I'm going to show you how corrupt this FNM government is. And tell President Trump he better don't trust these documents that we come into America with because you can buy them. It's a crooked country, Lisa. Oh, Lisa. Lisa, Lisa. Lisa. See it here? Lisa, Lisa. They corrupt.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My special guest is Marlon Johnson. Marlon, how are you?
Well, doing great. I mean, I just have a ball with you at the show, Senator Monker.
Well, as you have a ball, I am demonstrating to the world that the F&M government is not prepared to look at these documents and declare them fraudulent. They're protecting the Honorable Minister of Transport. And since in the F&M Manifesto, the leader of the party has himself with the American charge d'affaires, I could now speak openly to Lisa, and they cannot accuse me of violating the party rules. Lisa Johnson, this is an interesting country. Candia Dames cannot expose it, Lisa, because she has certain immigration policy and history that is extremely embarrassing to her. So she can't touch this, Lisa. I am praying over it so I could tell you how Candia Dames suffered being the child of a non-Bahamian and a Bahamian man. So Lisa, I got the file on Candia. And I'm about to tell it to you, Lisa, because Candia pulled a dirty trick on me, and I have to show her something. Lisa, when I became a senator, she and a group of journalists conspired to see if they could find anything to embarrass me. But she didn't know. I had my immigration record on her. And Lisa, I ain't said yet because I really don't want to devastate her. But she is politically wicked. And I can soon have to tell you. See, she can't touch us, Lisa, because she is emotionally traumatized. You know, she was born out of wedlock to a Bahamian man and a Jamaican woman. And I was born out of wedlock to a Bahamian man and a Bahamian woman. You see? But I could deal with mine. But she can't deal with hers. And I'm about to tell you, Lisa, because Candia is wicked. I became a senator, and she thought she could embarrass me. And as she was running on, I was just reading the immigration report. All right? And I have to tell the Bahamian people what happened to her. All right? But Lisa, we have the Honorable Franklin Campbell. He's a member of the House of Assembly. He's in the cabinet, but he was not born in the Bahamas. And ministers and those are refusing to conduct an investigation. The man who he claimed notarized his document. Lisa, this ain't his signature. Take it from me, Lisa. I'm looking at them and I'm smiling. And I said to myself, Lord, these Negroes are corrupt. This is not Russell's signature. I know. I know. Let me tell you a little secret, Lisa. Mr. Russell, Willis Russell, who purported to notarize this affidavit, he was born on the 27th of April. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong one, Lisa. That's the other woman. He was born, Lisa, on the 28th of October, 1897. He died on the 27th of January, 1986. Lisa, listen to this. Frankie affidavit was sworn in on July, the number, I thought it was July, but I can't see the date. But it was July of 1983. Lisa, take it from me. By 82, Willis was senile. You hear me? He was senile. But there is a woman who was born, Lisa, on the 27th of April, 1913. While he was senile, she held on to his seal And she used to fraud his signature. Lisa, they know I know these things. Because up to the point that Frankie affidavit was alleged to be signed by him, he was senile. You hear me? This is gangsterism to the full core. But the F&M, Lisa, oh, Lisa, they are corrupt. They're corrupt. Lisa, they are going, Lisa, listen to me. Lisa, honey, listen to me. It's gangsterism. Got them right here. See? Death certificate, certification, and Frankie should resign so that I will not raise another issue. Lisa, if your daddy didn't sign your affidavit, you can't use his name. But if you want to use his name, Lisa, you have to do what is called a deed poll. I have searched all the record, Lisa, and there's no deed poll. Lisa, listen to me. I'm an honest Negro. He has no deed poll. Lisa, let me tell you another secret. He has no travel document or no travel identity. Lisa, you see, I'm older than him, and I know how my people, the Haitian people, operate. For every little child, many of them, and in a period when there was no difficulty, could go to the passport office and get your little travel identity for your travel. Frankie ain't got none, Lisa. See, since I know what it is, Lisa, while they're talking nonsense, I've been all over the place searching. It's a fraud, Lisa. You see how incompetent these Negroes are? You see how stupid they are, Lisa Johnson? The Prime Minister, who got you in our manifesto, refused to investigate. Franklin is not a citizen. Lisa, believe me, I'm not trying to deprive him of anything, Lisa. He's a fraud and a faker. And they think I can leave this issue alone. So my next march is going to be about nationalism and citizenship. Because Frankie and Alfred Campbell is not a citizen. But ministers wouldn't do anything. Brent Simonet, Lisa, he's the minister responsible for immigration. He's in a position to tell us if Frankie was naturalized. You hear what I say, Lisa? He would be able to tell us. Henfield, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, he is in charge of the passport. He need only examine the files, and he would see that Franklin is not a citizen of the Bahamas. Lisa, let me show you another fraud they commit. All they got in this is fraud, Lisa. But I thank God that I've been able to identify the crooks. And the crooks are the F&M. Lisa, this here is a search card. This search card was given to Frankie them unlawfully because they produced no document to justify this being given to them. Lisa, believe me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't lie to white people, Lisa. Lisa Johnson, I don't never lie to white people. You're in charge of the world. I ain't gonna lie to you, Lisa. The rest of them Negroes gonna lie. So Lisa, when we come with our passport, all of us, Lisa, you better examine it 10 times. Because the information is riddled with fraud. And Lisa, let me tell you a secret. We sent a whole Negro man to prison because all he was doing, he set up 2 shops. One for the government and one for him. And you can buy your little passport, Lisa. And when you buy your little passport, that constitutes a national security threat to your country, the United States, because you got bogus people with Bahamian passport. Lisa, you hear what I say? I don't lie to white people. I don't lie to white people, Lisa. These Negroes, Lisa, they're a bunch of scallywag. Fraud. Fraud, Lisa. Fraud. Lisa, look, this is fraud. And menace is not man enough to deal with it. And Lisa, Brent ain't a real white man. Because if he was a real white man, Brent, he would deal with this. They're all covering up. Lisa, believe me, This is what is going on. They know I know, Lisa. See? Right here. I don't want to call the other woman name because somebody told me she got a daughter who's a lawyer. And when they tell me her daughter's a lawyer, I say, oh, Lord, I shouldn't reveal the woman's name. So I hold back. But Lisa, this is gangsterism. But these stupid black people in charge of the country, God forgive me for saying that about my people. Lisa, they're stupid. Here is a major piece of compromisation. And men ain't man enough to deal with it. These are crooks, politically. These people are crooks, Lisa. All I got is document. Lisa, look here, it's documents. It's documents. And Lisa, oh boy, there's some interesting people. I really don't want to call their name. Frankie, why you don't go so I don't miss and call them people's name, man? Please, Frankie, go. I know it must be depressing that you've only been in the parliament for 5 months. 5 months. But you open up your big mouth. Now ministers won't catch all of us. And you caused it. You were supposed to keep quiet and understand that we, the Haitian people, are to be silent. Even when we think we are straight, we are to be silent. And Lisa Johnson, there's nothing to minister. Lisa Johnson, listen to me. There is nothing to him. Nothing. Everybody's compromised. Candia's compromised. And I'll tell you why she's compromised. Candia, this is what you get. When you interfered with my wife, I pull out your file. Pull out your file. Goodness me, should I drop this on her? Anyway, I won't drop it on you today. I wouldn't drop it on you, but let me warn you. If you ever see me emerging in office and you attempt to cast aspersion, I will tell her something personal. And you can't sue me, because I would not be lying. It's the truth, all right? But I can hold this piece up, because the Bible say that, you know, but this is what it's going. They're compromised, Lisa. But your country is in trouble, America, because thousands of us are allowed to come to the United States. But by grab, check our passport, Lisa. Listen to me. I support Donald Trump. Listen to me. This year is major corruption. But these Negroes say they run in government. What kind of government? They even can't find rat poison to fight the major outbreak with rat. Now, Frankie right there wouldn't resign. Frankie, you better resign, man. All right? And listen, let me explain to you. When a child, father, did not sign for him, he got to do a deed poll. Frankie ain't got no deed poll. Frankie ain't got none. Listen to me, Lisa. He ain't got none. This is perhaps one of the greatest national security threat. And watch them, Lisa. They ignore me. They ain't ignoring me because it's tons of documents. I'm going to discredit them internationally by telling you, Lisa, you better scrutinize our passport, son of a guns, because America's security is at stake. Lisa, hear me. I can't have nothing going wrong with America, because the day America is secure and ain't powerful, I in trouble. I need a strong America. But these Negroes, Lisa, it's major corruption. Major corruption. Talk to ministers. And I'm calling you to talk to ministers because you in the party manifesto. Man, it's powerful for you to be a foreign diplomat. And your political leader is so naive and stupid that he takes a photograph and he puts the American charge d'affaires in the FNM manifesto. So, Lisa, all Bahamians could complain to you, especially those of us who are FNM. I just happen to be an FNM who's now in love with the PLP. But, Lisa, your security, the national security of the most powerful nation on God's earth is compromised because the Negroes who run the Bahamas will not deal with the allegation which I have raised. It's nothing to them, Lisa. Nothing to them. They're nothing but a picky teeth Montabi, Lisa. They're nothing but a frying pan. Frankie should resign. Now he got ministers coming after all of my Haitian people. And ministers must start with Frankie. Frankie, go, man. And to the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Transport, I warn you, Miss Ambrista, you are not to take any lawful command from Frankie. He's not a citizen. He's an imposter. And Miss Ambrista, if you take any orders from him, one day you will be called upon in the people's court to answer for it. Frankie's not a citizen. And it is time that if you hear me, people, get ready to march to Bay Street to protect the sovereignty. And Frankie is going to cost me to call people names that I won't hide. But they say I'm lying. So in order to prove that I'm not lying, all right? So this is what it is. And Lisa, guess what? Since you are in the FNM manifesto, you're in our manifesto, so I could talk to you. And ministers them can't call me a traitor because I'm not a traitor. If he could put you in the FNM manifesto and he's not a traitor, then certainly me telling you about their corruption, I know traitor. So today, Lisa, I should be taking the certified copy to the attorney who's asked me for it. Lisa, it cost me a couple of dollars. I'm a poor man. Take my little money and pay for these things because I'm trying to save the country from Frankie. Minister ain't gonna do it. Minister's pussyfoot. He's pussyfoot. He's pussy galore. He's pussy venomous. It's just a bunch of skullduggery. Lisa, you have to be disappointed that you're decent. Lisa, you're like an angel, a white angel. And you're in this buck with this Negro prime minister who wouldn't protect the sovereignty. Lisa, man, look at this. He's not protecting the sovereignty. See the bogus affidavit? See it right here? Right here. Lisa, this is bogus. You hear me? And he wouldn't do anything. Brent wouldn't do nothing. Marvin wouldn't do nothing. They wouldn't even say secretly to Frankie, Frankie, man, go. Go, Frankie. All right? And that's what I need to let you know, Miss Stingham. All right? My special guest, this is the affidavits. You know, we call it affidavits. Frankie's not a citizen. You hear me? He's not a citizen. And he wouldn't resign. And ministers wouldn't. So I'm getting new information. Jeff Lloyd, if Frankie does not resign, I promise to speak about Sister Marie Clotilde and Father Guy. These are good people whose names I should not have to raise. But I'm going to raise it. Okay? Jeff right there. And he wouldn't tell ministers. Tell ministers quietly, man, Frankie got to go. Frankie ain't no citizen. Frankie is not a citizen. And it is time that we play the song. Independence Morning. It's like a baby borning. It is time for us to sing the song that this land is our land. And God give it to us. And only those who were born in the Bahamas have a right to the Bahamas. Frankie was not born in the Bahamas. Frankie was not born in the Bahamas. This is fraudulent. Fraudulent. And Lisa, look how they wouldn't do anything, Lisa. Do you know the thousands of bogus passports? Lisa, I might as well come out and tell you. You better check our passport. Lisa, listen to me. Check our passport. These Negroes don't know what they're doing, Lisa. And I need America to be safe. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Hello.
Mr. Monka, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay. Your topic is ministers planning to send in all of the Haitians back home in December. So to begin with, he have to start with Frankie Campbell, right?
Yes, Frankie is the Haitian in chief. Frankie, listen to me. I got the documents. I know who the fraudster is. All right? And Willis didn't sign that. I ain't called the woman name because somebody missed and tell me, oh, Lord, she got a daughter is a lawyer. So I've asked my police friend to confirm that for me. All right? Don't want to embarrass these people. Frankie should resign.
Yes, he should resign and let but to my name the MP for Southern Shores.
Well, if he resigns, then you have to have a by-election. If Ken goes to court and have the court declare that he was not qualified, then the court will give it to Ken. You understand what the law is?
Yes, sir.
And that's the problem. Listen, this is so major. This is
so what about Candia then? She's a Bohemian, though.
Candia, it took her 16 years. And she was a slave during that 16 years before she became a free woman and a citizen. All right?
Yes, sir.
She had a rough experience.
Yes.
Experience.
You have a good day.
I'm very sympathetic to her. Yes?
Okay.
Okay? We have to save the country. Yeah. Candia? Oh. She had one struggle towards citizenship. That one day,
if you'd like to make
off, and I saw Candy in the bush. Yeah. I see things, you know. I-S-C things. All right? Yeah. Candy pulled more lady tricks on me. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Monaco.
Hi. How are you?
And to your guest, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Mr. Monaco, you know what? We are so polarized in the Bahamas as Bahamians. We don't even see the importance of this, what you're trying to bring out. You see, number one, Mr. Monaco, I don't think that a foreign national should be getting our tax-paying money every month, and they're not a Bahamian.
Right.
Number two, the national security, like you say, of America and the Bahamas is in jeopardy.
That is true.
With a person holding a diplomatic passport. But we're not looking at that. All we're looking at is red, yellow, and green.
Yeah.
We should look at the nationality safety of this whole thing, Mr. Monaco.
Well,
and I do appreciate you bringing it out and giving us a chance to fairly look at something that is worthwhile looking at.
You see the seal? This is the seal of the Registrar General. And it is certified by the Registrar General. I told the local staff, we playing law today. I want the Registrar General. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Freedom March.
Yes.
Could you hear me, Kelly?
I can hear you clearly.
Mad like hell like you.
Huh?
I said mad like hell.
Wow.
Under the FM government, 70 murders.
Yes.
70 murders. Nobody do nothing about it.
No? Talk, I'm listening.
I wrote Mr. Minutes on the 13th of April. 2017, before he became Prime Minister, and I told him how they could stop these murders.
You told him?
I told him and say, you got to hang the murderers.
Yes.
And attempted murders, get them life.
Right.
Armed robbery.
Yes.
Three cat nine tail in and out when they find guilty.
Right.
And the rapists, 3 cat nail when they find guilty, 3 going in, 3 coming out.
Yes.
And the gun, 3 going in, 3 coming out.
You told that to Minutes?
That's correct. I told him he got the letter.
Well, hard head don't make good soup.
Let me tell you, I finished, almost finished. Anybody who found a quantity of marijuana and cocaine, 3 going in, 3 coming out.
Okay.
Any family who incests 4 cat nail coming out and 4 going in and 30 years in jail.
Right.
Blood is almost a medicine for those 8-month-old baby, the 6-month-old child, and the latest murder, the 33-year-old woman.
Wow.
Blood in the sand. We don't need this prime minister.
It's time to march.
We can march on them directly.
It's time to march.
Mr. Turner told him that he's not material. He's not
leadership material.
material.
That's true. Anybody got to let you go? Listen, folks. They found a big marijuana field the other day, 2 Jamaican and a Bahamian. But we are in trouble. Who will defend the sovereignty of the Bahamas? Frankie is not a citizen, and he's creating problem for my people, the Haitian people. Frankie, Licky Don Mama, and Ali.
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. I have Marlon Johnson, who is here in studio with me. Marlon, they found that badge. So I'm going to ask them to bring the badge up.
Right.
So the people then will see the badge that run aground in Grays, Long Island on Saturday. Somebody either cut it or it popped from a barge during Hurricane Irma.
Yeah, they're on the tug being pulled.
And all that flying minister was doing. See the tug there?
That's the barge.
The barge there? All that flying to Dominica, none of them spot that.
See, that's what I was telling you. If you look on the picture on the barge now, some of the drums are compromised by leaning over to one side.
Right.
So that will cause the leakage of some of the fuel.
Right. Which is dangerous for the environment.
Yeah, that's the barge against the land in Grays, Long Island. Grays, Long Island.
My God, can't many see it's a national environmental disaster? And how come they fly up and down, going to Dominica, and they ain't see the barge? Barge show up in Grays, Long Island on Saturday. That could have been atomic weapons, all kind of thing that would have compromised the safety of my people, the people of Long Island. Let's go to some crime. I'm going to go to the Punch, okay? The Punch said that a man who was clear of murder shot dead in his head. A man found not guilty of a murder and armed robbery was murdered Saturday night. Police found Cordero Wallace dead in a vacant lot near Frobisher Drive and Wendell Avenue in Freeport at 9 p.m. He had been shot in the head. In 2014, Wallace was acquitted of the murder in Freeport of retired policeman turned shop owner Leslie Maycock. Wallace spent 5 years in prison on remand for the case. Maycock, 50, owner of Hawksbill Mini Mart, was robbed and shot after closing the store on July 15, 2009. Wallace was cleared of the charges, but his co-accused, Dudley C.D. Jr., was convicted and jailed for 35 years. Wallace was acquitted of another armed robbery. Earlier this year, he was murdered victim number 111 so far for 2017. And then, of course, they say a drug dealer was murdered in Fox Hill. Now, in the case of Leslie Maycock, I knew him. I was a student at C.C. Sweeting, and he was a year behind me. He was also a student at C.C. Sweeting. And 2009, when I heard that he was robbed and murdered, it was shocking. And I think I wrote a little something on Facebook, and the next thing I knew, his son, who was a university student in the United States of America, he and I buck at the Daties. And when he was able to identify me, he and I had a wonderful discussion, and he thanked me for the few words that I had written somewhere on Facebook. So I knew Leslie Maycock. He was a very good citizen, and it was so unfortunate that he was robbed and murdered. For one of the men, he is fortunate that having been convicted, he was sentenced to 35 years, and currently he is alive. But the other Negro male who was acquitted, well, someone shot him point blank in his head. So the island is changing, and I think we have to learn now that we better don't kill nobody relative, because if we do it, somebody is come looking for you. And when you least expect it, they kill you. I'm opposed to that, but this is the world that we're living in. And perhaps one of the ways we can avoid being murdered is for us ourselves not to do two things. One, threaten to kill people. That's the first thing. And two, killing people. Do what I normally do. Once I discover you trying to get me to kill you, I just break off run. I just run from you. I just duck you. I just hide from you. Because after I didn't kill you, then the police can come for me. And you know what the song is? Bad boy, what you gonna do when the man them come for you? So duck, dodge, hide, and pretend sometimes that you didn't hear or see anything.
Senator Monka, I think the government really need to take a look at that hanging. Hanging is not a guarantee against murder, but hanging is a guarantee that the person who killed and the person who get convicted and the person who get hanged doesn't kill again. Because you have plenty murders that happen was by the hands of persons who do 2 and 3 murders. So 2 more persons out of that 3 or 4 more, or 3 more persons out of the 4 might have still been living today if the murderer was convicted and hanged.
This is powerful. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Yes.
Good day, Mr. Monka. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm calling concerning the crime issue. The F&M, they were the ones to be talking, boasting about how the crime was just getting out of control. And now that Marvin Deems is there, it's just gotten worse. But Minnis hasn't consulted with Marvin Deems on any real plan to combat against crime.
Oh, they have been consulting. Minnis consult Marvin. Marvin consult Minnis.
Yeah, but when if he has been consulting, I know it wasn't no competent conversation between them two.
My producer, Sam, must invite you on the show, they say, because you're always calling. When you want to come on the show?
Well, I'll be able to come on the show probably next week.
Really? You have my cell?
Yeah, 439-1706.
Goodness of mercy, who number that is? My number is 434-5760. Text me your name, and I'll bring you on for a couple of minutes. How does that sound?
You said 434.
434-5760. Okay? Text me, and have a wonderful day.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hey, Mr. Monka.
Hey.
What time it is?
It's the people's time.
What time it is?
It's the people's time.
PLP.
All the way.
PLP.
All the way. Have you?
Independent Digger.
Yes, sir.
What's happening?
Right there, man. How you doing, Barney?
Everything cool. Thank God for life. I want to ask Mr. Monka a question because Mr. Monka know a lot of stuff. Mr. Monka.
Yes.
Was Stephen Dillard born in the Bahamas or Haiti?
Let me answer that a little later.
Later?
Yeah.
No, because I asked that. Was he a cabinet minister before?
I'm not aware that he is because there are 2 stories about him.
Okay.
One set of Negroes say he was Haitian.
Yes.
And another set of Negroes say he was Le Français.
Okay.
You take good care.
Okay. Enough respect, Mr. Monka.
God bless you and God save the Queen. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello? This your phone? No, no, I don't want this. Hello? Welcome to Freedom March. Yes? Hello? Hang up the phone on that Negro. Hello? Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, Mr. Monica.
Yes? Yes? Yes?
Hello, hello.
Speak to me.
Mr. Monica.
Yes? Speak to me.
I'm just calling.
Yes?
I'm just calling concerning Mr. Dr. Dwayne Sands.
Okay.
Personally, I think it's very good for him to, be able to render assistance.
Okay.
But constitutionally, he's really, in a sense, going against the Constitution.
How?
And
how?
Well, when I say the Constitution, I don't know if it's really in the Constitution, but according to Bradley Roberts, this was something that since it was in Parliament, he was not supposed to do it private.
Code of ethics. Code of ethics,
Okay?
not Constitution, Code of ethics.
Yes, code of ethics. So all I'm saying, he should, once he was prepared to do this, I thought the decency was him to come to Parliament and just explain to the general public.
Okay.
And let them just know that he would compromise by assisting the medical association with his service, saying that he's chief surgeon and everything. Once he was needed, free of charge.
Listen, Bradley, on philosophical grounds, is right. But listen to what Dr. Dwayne Sands has said.
Yes.
1, he has the approval of the cabinet. 2, he has the approval of the prime minister. 3, he has the approval of the public hospital authority. And he says he's not charging anyone. Now, hear me out for a second. This man is among the world best. So I say, even if we conclude what he is doing is a sin, we shall pray for his sin, and we shall encourage him to continue to save Bahamian lives. Because, I give you a personal example. You see what kind of man I am?
Yes.
My wife was sick the other day.
Yes.
All right?
Okay.
I found Dr. Kevin Moss, a wonderful doctor.
Right.
And he, you see, because the woman belonged to me.
Uh-huh.
And so he had to tell me what was going on. And he told me of the conference between Dwayne Sands, Dr. Moss, and another wonderful doctor whose name I can't pronounce. And he told me what medical advice Dwayne Sands gave. Today,
all right,
when I see the woman, I could finally hug her and kiss her. You see my point?
Okay, I see your point.
And my point is, the woman can't die on my watch.
I understand you,
You
sir.
follow my point? So I'm saying
understand you, and I
that
respect that.
while we could play politics, we're talking about human life.
Yes.
And the man that Dwayne Sands, I know him to be, he's not going to be concerned about your politics. You understand my point?
Yes, I understand you very
And
much.
if the Minister of Health can do the job, all right, let him do the job, because there is a long list.
Yes.
So let Dwayne Sands do operation all day.
Okay, no
And
problem. I just wanted to clarify something.
Let's forgive
because
him.
I was just a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Because I know if it was something that one of the PLP surgeon had done, this would have been,
Oh, no, I would have cursed out whoever called the PLP surgeon. I want my people to live and have healthy service.
Good.
Because
Yeah.
I'm smart enough to recognize that what the 3 doctors did for my wife, including Dr. Dwayne Sands,
yes,
I have an idea of what took place, and I want the same special treatment that my wife received. I want every citizen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, red and yellow, black and white, that they all be given.
I understand it, Mr. Moncton.
Yeah.
I respect you highly.
This man is a good surgeon.
Yes.
I had a friend who had a heart problem. Dwayne got a knife, cut out one of his vein out of his foot or his leg, rip open his chest. I personally examined the chest when the man came out of the hospital. I said to him, listen, I got to see your chest. And he looked at me and said, man, I said, man, what do you mean you're in here? Open up your shirt. And I didn't know they used to use, what's the thing named? This here. What you call this?
Staple.
I didn't know that Dwayne Sands used staple. I thought it was needle and thread. And I didn't say anything because I didn't want to frighten the man. He said, you're surprised over staple, eh? So I said, yeah. I always wanted to ask Dwayne Sands to show me the staple, the stapler.
Yeah.
So my point is, this is a good doctor.
Yes, I understand. Just wanted clarity about it.
Yeah. All right?
Yeah, I understand, Mr. Monka.
Yeah.
I respect you highly, and you have a good show, and
I thank you.
just keep it going.
I shall. And I need
right.
all right, I need to see Dwayne because like
All right,
I feel
bye.
something and I need him to cut me here so I could see.
Yeah, but plenty payments need to remember that Dr. Dwayne Sands was the key doctor for Linden, the late Sir Linden Oscar Penland.
And he was Papa Doctor.
Right?
Yeah,
Take it here. He was Papa Doctor. You remember Papa had blockage in his heart? And Dwayne got a big needle. Push it and Papa grinds. And push it right up and up. And then he entered Papa's heart. And whatever was there, he moved. And listen, Papa. Oh, Jesus, what Papa told me. Dwayne will forever be me and Papa friend.
Yeah.
And I want what he did for Papa, I want him to do it for Mama.
Man, listen,
and all the people there.
Dr. Dwayne Sands, one of those human where persons like me with the mindset I got, man, I glad to be around.
Yeah.
And the days of a human being, and especially him being a Bahamian with the talent and the privilege he has with his hands, man, listen.
This is powerful.
I wasn't around when Dr. Martin Luther King, but I was around when Dr. Dwayne Sands.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to Freedom Match.
Hello.
Yes?
Hi, Mr. Monka.
Hello, my dear.
How are you?
Listen, I'm excited.
Okay.
Yes?
I'm one of the women there.
Oh, praise the Lord.
I would like for you to wish my daddy a happy birthday. He's one of the men there.
I shall.
And his name is Mr. Hiram Monroe.
Hiram Monroe. I'll give him a shout out. I thank you.
Yes. And
Very
hi,
much.
Mr. Marlon Johnson.
Yes, this is Marlon Johnson, Independent Tinker.
Yes, Independent Tinker. Okay, all right, yeah.
Okay.
Well, people can name it like because, you sound like the man and they wouldn't believe in God.
Oh, no, he's a good man. You know about Marlon Johnson, the FS, the financial secretary?
Yeah.
He's also a great Bahamian. He's a great Bahamian.
Yeah, you need to go pray with him.
Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Monka.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Monka.
Hello, my dear.
Hi, and good day to your guest.
Good day.
Co-host, yes. I just want to say from the outset, Dr. Dwayne Sands is an excellent doctor. But I only have an issue with why he didn't disclose to Parliament, though.
Take it from me. While he may not have said in Parliament, I've read previously that he was doing this. And I assure you that I'm aware. Remember I announced that my wife was sick? Remember that?
Yeah.
And so I am aware, you don't want to come out and talk everything about your wife because my wife is a private woman, right? And so I have to respect her secrecy. But I can tell you that Dr. Kevin Moss, that great physician, he did a wonderful job, and he advised me that there was a conference with including Dr. Sands himself and another surgeon. And Dr. Sands is my friend. I expect him to make sure that I don't die and the woman of my youth. You follow my point?
Yeah, I understand.
So let's forgive him. Let's don't make no politics.
No. I understand that. But what I'm saying to you, if there's a code of ethics, okay, should the government bring that particular policy to Parliament and relax it in general, in case a minister has to perform his profession or career.
Well,
because I mean, all of this could have been avoided.
Listen,
come to Parliament, make a disclosure.
Yes, but
you see, because everybody's just
Sands will do that. But take it from me,
Yeah.
we need him in the hospital. You know how many people have contacted me and asked me for his private number?
I understand
So I'm
all
saying-
of that, but there's a code of ethics.
Yeah, but
People
then the code of ethics, I
ignoring
mean,
it.
Woman-
People are ignoring
Woman,
it.
behold your leader.
You know, when no one is going against Dr.
Woman,
Dwayne
woman,
Sands.
woman, behold your leader.
Yeah, but can I finish?
Yes, you can, but I want you to know.
Okay.
Let us not make a mountain.
No, it is not a mountain, Mr. Tingham, because if there's a policy for ministers to follow, okay, and nobody is
it was a
knocking if
decision
there's a policy,
for-
what they should come to Parliament and do is perhaps relax the policy, you know, or upgrade it.
What, relax the
In
policy?
case- no, what
relax
I'm
the policy
saying,
because the PLP is saying that?
It's being relaxed
Oh,
in
you
this
stop it.
incident. What they need to do is bring the policy to Parliament after all of this.
He will bring the
and
policy
then
to Parliament.
upgrade it
Yeah.
in a way. Because saying that Dr. Dwayne Sands is basically the only one of the best,
Let me give
or
you a
the
secret.
best,
All the
he
woman
should
them.
find somebody.
Woman, listen to me.
I don't understand it.
Listen to
I
me.
still don't understand it.
Listen to me, woman.
Mhm.
All the people I give his secret number to
Mhm.
have been the woman them. Take good care. We're going to pray for Dr. Dwayne Sands
No, you gotta
as he
To continue. To continue.
Yeah, but we
do it.
I understand.
You
but
heard your
there's
leader-
a policy, though.
Am I your
Everybody's
leader?
ignoring that. Everybody
woman!
knows that he's good.
Woman!
Yeah.
Woman, am I your leader? Your leader need him to look in my chest. I need him to look different places. Let Dwayne Sands go.
Continue.
We're gonna forgive his sins. You take
So
it
then
care.
other ministers will be able to do the same thing.
If
Other
they get
ministers were
permission.
doing the same thing.
Yeah, but what kind of country going by, though?
Oh, Jesus.
Come on.
Woman,
carry
you're not
the
safe.
government
No, but let
and
me-
upgrade.
No, this woman is not safe. Woman, I'm
No,
going to
but
pray
listen.
for you. She's not safe.
I want to say something there.
Say it.
Listen, you know, the rules, right, are designed for a certain standard. But sometimes, all right, let me give you an example. You could have a person sentenced today for possession of a firearm. Under the PLP, you had a gentleman was allowed, a nolly posse quay, to go home after he was caught and charged.
I want you to stop
for-
it.
What?
Allison did give him a nolly prosequi, but
Yes, sir.
under the PLP, we had a conviction.
But I want you to understand what I'm saying
Under
to huddle.
the PLP, John Boswick was convicted.
No, but I'm saying to you, Mr. Monka, is that
So stop
someone was convicted 2 days before that for possession of a firearm.
Goodness
This
me.
gentleman was
Let me take them talks. It's almost
Go
6
ahead, man.
o'clock.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Monka.
Sir.
Mr. Roberts is right, but what Dwayne Sands need to do is step down from being the minister.
No.
and
No,
just
sir.
Be a backbencher.
Never.
Just be a backbencher.
No, sir.
That clarify
No.
the problem.
No, sir.
Then he'd be able to serve.
Listen
No,
to
sir.
me. Listen to me.
Why not?
Listen to me for a second. Let us not put politics in this one.
No, we're not. We're not. But I said to
Dwayne
clarify all this problem that we're talking about is for him to just step down as
No, he
minister
does not
and
have
hold
to.
the backbencher seat.
He is the most competent man in the House of Assembly to be the Minister of Health. He is the most competent man to perform the surgery.
But it's so simple as that, him stepping down.
Stepping down for
and
what?
let somebody else take over as minister.
Stepping down for what?
There's nobody.
Just because the PLB say one code of ethics?
Because the code of ethics is wrong.
Stop attacking Bradley.
It is wrong.
No, listen to me. We're going to forgive him. There's somebody else? Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
Listen, I'm excited.
Good afternoon to you guys.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm agreeing with the caller that just called.
Yes.
He needs to step down.
He's not stepping
Yeah,
down.
he wants to hold on to 2 cow tails.
No.
No.
Yeah, 2
No.
cow tails.
No, this is not
But he's not being
be
paid.
A doctor. Go be the hard doctor that that is his calling.
No, but he's not being paid,
So
you know.
that's his
He's not
calling. Go
benefiting.
be a hard doctor and step down.
If
from
he
being
becomes the
a
hard
minister. He
doctor,
wants to
woman-
hold on to 2 cow tails.
Woman, listen
Right,
to me.
that's how that goes.
If he becomes the hard doctor and he steps down, you can't afford him. Now that we got him there, paying him a small salary, let's wake him. Let's wake
But Mr.
him
Munger-
and let's cure these people.
But Mr. Munger, I mean, based on some of the statements that some of the women them are saying in reference to step down and something, I mean, we gotta look beyond politics, man. I mean,
don't worry.
listen,
Who's
the
the
people
name-
need the
who's the
people
name of
are
the
hating
woman
in
then?
this country. People are suffering in this country,
I am
man.
leader of the woman then. Give me this caller quickly. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Hello?
She gone?
Okay, no more calls. Ladies and gentlemen, today's World Food Day. Are we growing any food? Huh? I heard nothing from the Minister of Agriculture. But today, it's World Food Day. Are we planting peas and corn and okra and onion? Agricultural production is very important. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about it because the Holy Father, Pope Francis, he spoke about World Food Day. And so we have to talk about it. Pending and the PLP had promised us they promised us that by 1980, we would have been self-sufficient in agriculture. But, you know, today's World Food Day, and we have to encourage our people to farm. And I had expected that the Minister of Agriculture would have given us a national address. Y'all take it here. A Negro man wants me to show up at Philip Ray Davis meeting somewhere on Wolf Road. So I go into that. But who knows? I should start charging for my appearance. All right? But I want the independent thinker. Y'all love that goat skin drum? Yeah? Let's wave. Frankie! We're coming for you. You better resign. You know you slipped through the cracks. Frankie, we got all the documents. Man, stop it. Come, Frankie. We got it.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Take it, Kia. See you tomorrow.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.